guys, it's Kim George here with another video tutorial, and in this video tutorial we're going to talk about, or I'm going to walk you guys through how to create low content books and no content books with BookBolt. So for those of you that are here for the first time, thank you so much for tuning in. And before we get started, I'd love for you guys to like, share, and subscribe if you already have not. And so we're going to go ahead and dive off into this video. But before we dive in, just want to give you guys a little quick overview of what BookBolt is. BookBolt is essentially a one-stop shop and a software platform that you can use to create no and low content books. So I figured that I would take this opportunity to go through this tool to show you guys some of just the neat features that you can get with this, and how easy it is for you to create no content and low content books like super fast in minutes. So I am inside of the back end of BookBolt. Immediately when you come inside and you log in, one of the first things that you're going to see that I absolutely love is that there are a ton of different tutorials that show you specifically how to use each one of the features that come inside of BookBolt. So you can see here there's a product search feature, there's a seller search, there's a cloud search feature, and there's just a lot of different things. There's an opportunity or a tool that helps you find keywords that you can use. There's a KDP spy tool. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. So I'm not going to go through each and every one of these features, but I am going to go through and highlight some of the features that I think are super helpful that will help you on your journey to publishing or starting a low content publishing business. So first off, I'm going to go down to products. Now, basically, this gives you the opportunity to search for different products, to find information on them, just to kind of see how they are doing, how they're ranking, and so on and so forth. So for example, you can see that I've been in here and I've been kind of going through and testing it. And one of the products that is very popular out on KDP is going to be gratitude journals. So I'm going to type in that keyword here, and then I'm going to run a search, and BookBolt is going to start pulling up all of the information that it has found based on Amazon's database in regards to this specific keyword. So as you can see, it's going to give me the top 100 results for this. It's going to give me the average BSR. It's going to give me the lowest price, the highest price, and then the average price, which is actually pretty good, which is $9.05. So when you start coming down here and scrolling, it's now going to give you all of the top 100 gratitude journals that are ranking and doing very well on Amazon KDP. So with this information, you can use this in a multitude of ways. You can use this for, research to figure out, okay, excuse me, if I'm going to be creating a gratitude journal, like what are some of the things that I can add to mine to really kind of make them stand out or make it stand out from some of the competition. Over here, you can see they have a keyword count, and it has some of the other keywords that you could potentially use. So gratitude journal for mindfulness, gratitude journal for the morning, gratitude journal by the minute for a year, things like that. So these are all of the different types of other keywords that you can potentially use along with gratitude journal that people are putting in. Okay, and then here's some more information about related keywords. So as you can see, they have just gratitude journal, they have the gratitude journal, journal of gratitude. So it's just giving you some more information in here to help you kind of do better research to see, what's going to be the best angle as far as putting together a gratitude journal. Now I'm going to tell you right now, gratitude journals, again, they're very popular, and this is a very competitive niche. I would not say that it's not impossible to get into doing a gratitude journal, but if you do plan to do one, you're definitely going to have to make sure that you create something that is totally different from everything else that's on here. Okay, so I wanted to show you that. So let's go over to seller, and on the seller tab, this is where you can actually put in a seller's name to find out more about that specific seller, to get more information about their books. So let's go to cloud. I think this is one of the really cool features. So with the cloud feature, you can actually go through and run a search by the best sellers, kind of similar to what we just did with the products feature. But with this one, you can actually kind of narrow things down even further. So over here to the right, you can see that they have a categories feature. So if you click this drop down tab, it's going to give you categories such as notebooks, journals, calendars, planners, coloring books. And this is very helpful for your research. So activity books, you name it, all of this is here. So for example, if you wanted to kind of take a look at log books, if you wanted to create a log book and you were looking at the competition and you wanted to create something that had a BSR, or that could potentially have a BSR of around, let's see, I'll go to around 287 because I think 300,000 is a good BSR to kind of start with, or, you know, as far as sales goes, that's a pretty good BSR. And then the price range, we're going to move this down here. And that's the good thing about this. You can move this over and move this down. So I'm going to say about $15. So I'm going to go ahead and run a search on this and just kind of see what kind of information it's going to give me. So as you can see here, these are all of the different log books that are ranking very well with those specific criteria. Okay. And all of them pretty much look the same. These are vehicle maintenance log books. Let's see what else they have here. You know, what is my password log book? That has been done so many times, but it still sells. So that's selling. Now, this is one that I think is very clever. This is a logbook that somebody came through and came up with the idea and said, okay, you know what, instead of doing passwords, instead of doing all of the generic things that everyone else is doing, I'm going to take a different approach. And I absolutely love the fact that they came up with a logbook for horror movies. I used to watch horror movies, guys. I don't watch them anymore. I just can't sleep. I have to have all the lights on, honey. I just can't do it. But if you're a horror movie fan, that this is probably something that you would be interested in getting because it's different. And this person probably, you know, knows that there's a lot of horror movie fans out there. So why not create a book that they can use to log all of the movies that they go and see? So that is very, very clever. And as you can see, it has a BSR of 42,163. So that is definitely selling. Now, one thing to note is that the lower the BSR, or the BSR stands for best sellers rank. So the lower the BSR, the better. Okay. So this book is definitely making some consistent sales. So again, there's all kinds of things that you can do, but I absolutely do love that tool. Okay. All right. Then they have Book Scout here. Let's see. So this is where you can actually look at the ASIN numbers of different books and so on and so forth. So again, I'm not going to go into each one of these sections because they have videos in here, but those were some of the tools that I thought were very, very cool within BookBolt. Okay. Now we're going to head on over to the Create tab, and this is where all of the magic happens as far as creating journals, creating no content books like notebooks and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on Create. And as you can see, this is going to take me to the Create section. Now, in this Create section, BookBolt has some really cool features. One of the features that they have is the PuzzleWiz. So when you log into the PuzzleWiz, it's going to take you over here where you're actually going to have to come in and put in your BookBolt credentials to log into this section. Now, in the PuzzleWiz section, this is for folks, if you wanted to put together an activity book, then this is where you would definitely be able to come over and create an activity book or create pages for your activity book from within BookBolt's PuzzleWiz tool. Okay, so as you can see, they have Sudoku puzzles, they have Nurikabi, I don't know if I'm butchering that, they have crossword puzzles, so you can click on this, and this is going to show you how to create crossword puzzles. You can do word searches, you can do hangman, cryptogram, word scrambles, missing vowels, I mean, all kinds of stuff. And I think this is actually pretty cool. Mind Finder. So yes, so if you're planning to create some activity books, then the PuzzleWiz Creator would be a tool to consider. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of here. And then now what I'm going to do is go into the BookBolt Designer. And so again, you're going to have to just log in with your credentials. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my username and password. And this is where you come in to start creating your either an interior or a cover for your no content and low content books. So you can see here we have two different options. You have the left side paperback, the right side hardcover. So I'm going to go ahead and do paperback. I'm going to make sure the option selected is going to be cover. I'm going to do a 6x9 for the trim size, but as you can see on the drop down menu, BookBolt does include all of the trim sizes for covers that Amazon does have. So I can tell you right off the bat that 6x9 and that 8.5x11 are two of the most popular size books. So just something to consider. Now you can come down here and tell it what kind of paper type you want. I usually just stick to black and white paper, because it's the least expensive. And then what you can do is tell it how many pages you want. So I'm going to just go ahead and do 100. So now what I'm going to do is click submit, and then it's going to start generating a template for me to start creating my cover for. So I will be right back when that finishes. Okay, so we are in the back end of the BookBolt cover designer, and this is what it looks like once you do your put in your criteria for the book that you want to create. So as you can see, this is the front cover, this is the spine, and this is the back cover of the actual book that we're going to be creating. Now I'm just going to be creating a simple journal here because that's one of the easiest things to create as far as no content and low content books go. So I'm just going to take you through some of the different things that you can do here and some of the different menus. So over here to the left, as you can see, we have the text feature. And as you can see, there are different types of styles that you can apply to your text. So you have your curved text feature, you have this oblique, bridge, all kinds of stuff here. And then once you scroll down, this is where you actually can get to some of the different fonts that you can apply to your book covers. So for example, I'm going to just go ahead and select Quicksand, and then I'm going to take this and drag this over here. And then from here, you can increase the size by dragging this out. Okay. And then you can also go here and you can bold, italicize, underline, all of those good things. And then you can also come over here to the right under fill options to change your text colors. So that is how you would be able to do that. Okay. Now, if you don't like any of the different fonts that they give you that come within the BookBolt tool by default, what you can do is click here to go to where it says load more fonts. And what this is going to do is it's going to take you over into the font manager where you're going to get access to all kinds of different fonts that you can add from Google Fonts. Okay, so what you would do is you would just kind of scroll through, and I'm just going to go to page number 8 and see what's over here. And so, for example, if you wanted to add this Atma font, which I do kind of like, maybe for like a kid's book or something like that, what I would do is click the plus sign, and then this is going to add this to my workspace. Okay, so that's that. And then they actually have a section where you can actually go and upload fonts as well. So if you're, for example, have a Creative Fabrica subscription, or you find a font on Creative Fabrica or Creative Market that you want to use and apply to your designs, you can actually come down here to upload the fonts into the BookBolt tool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on over to images. Now, this is where you can actually go and upload different images into the BookBolt tool. Now, I actually do love this feature. I think it's pretty cool. So I will say that this is going to be very helpful because I love to kind of apply my own kind of graphics or apply graphics that I see on places like Creative Fabrica and FreePic to my designs to really, really make them unique. So you would just come on over to Creative Fabrica and you would just look around for some graphics that you wanted to add to your design. And this is the one that I actually use. It's for coffee lovers. I think these are so cute. And so I just downloaded these graphics, and then I went into BookBolt's designer and I uploaded and dropped the graphics into this section. And then from here, you can just take the graphics and you can apply them to your design. So if, for example, if you were making like a really cute coffee journal or something like that, this is where you could actually come in and do that. Now, another feature that I do like with BookBolt that they have is it's a grid feature. So, for example, if you wanted to make a journal that had a really cute pattern to it, what you would do is, let me go back. So I'm going to just pop over into this, pop this over into the workspace. This is a graphic that I uploaded. I'm going to minimize this, okay? And then I'm going to drag this here, and I'm going to just delete this for now. But I'm going to drag this over here, kind of minimize this. And then what you can do is go over here to the patterns feature, and you can do a grid repeat, which I think is really, really cute. Okay, so I'm going to undo, or you can go and do a vertical bricks repeat, and I think it's going to pretty much look the same, but it just kind of is a really neat way to, kind of spice up your designs by adding a cute little pattern to it. And now another thing that I forgot to mention is that it does have let me go ahead and undo and just set this to default real quick. I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to remove this. They do have a feature here where you can change the background color. So let me go back, let me go to product, and that is under the product color tab. So over here, instead of using just this color here, you can actually go in and you can click on one of these to apply these colors to your actual background. Or what you can do is come down here if you have the hexadecimal color code, and you can actually apply the code here. Okay, so for example, I found an off-white color code that I wanted to apply here. So if I wanted to do that, all I'm going to do is go here, and I'm just going to click paste, and then I'm going to hit enter, and you can see that it changed that color from the stark white to the off-white color. Okay, so that is how you would actually go to do that. So now what I'm going to do though is I'm going to go back to images, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to apply this design here and make it a pattern again. And we're going to make a journal really, really quickly. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to click create repeat, make that as a cute pattern. Okay, so that looks really cute. All right, and so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the shapes section. Now this is where you actually have some of the default shapes that come with this tool. And what I'm going to do, of course, to make this into more to look like a kind of a journal is I'm going to go to the square feature, and I'm going to drag this over here, and then I'm going to increase this, and then I'm going to kind of spread this out a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to change the color from this to the off-white color that I've used previously. Okay. All right. So there's that. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to text, and I'm going to go to find the text that I used, which was quicksand, I think. Yes, it's quicksand. So I'm going to take that and put that here. And then I'm going to double click within this to highlight quicksand so I can type my text in here. And I'm going to do journal. Well, I'll do daily journal, like daily journal. Okay. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bold this, and then I'm going to make this into a bigger font. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in because you can see it's a little bit big. Or what you could do is you can actually stack this on top of, you know, the text. So let's see. Yeah, that looks even better. Okay. Now what I can do is come back over to, let's see, shapes, and I'm just going to add a line underneath this. All right. So there's that. So once you're finished, like kind of making your edits and, you know, kind of creating your journal, and you're happy with the way that it looks, then what you can do is go over to where it says download. Okay. And then it's going to download your file as a PDF file that you can then go into the Amazon KDP platform and upload it. Okay. So now BookBoat has told me that my design is ready. So I'm just going to go ahead and click download. And this is what the cover looks like, which I think this is really kind of cute, right? This is kind of cute here for just a regular cute little no content journal. Okay. Now, the next thing that we can do is once we're finished with our cover, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Save to My Designs, and then I'm going to go to New Design, and we'll save that design. All right, so one thing now that we're going to do is we're going to go to the interior tab. So this is where you can actually come in, and as you can see, I don't know why this box is here, but it's okay. This is where you can actually create or just pick from one of the interiors that they already have available to you, so you don't have to create an interior from scratch. So as you can see, they have the interior generator. You can actually select a no bleed or a bleed option. You can come over here to the right and you can select the sizes for your interior. So we're definitely going to do a 6x9, and then we're going to do a page count because we did have a page count for 100 for the cover. And then what I'm going to do is scroll through and find an interior for the journal. And so I'm going to do this, and then yeah, so let's do 6x9 and click download. There we go. Okay, here we go. Now this is better. So this is the 6x9 interior for our journal that we just created. So I'm just going to go, and then all you have to do is just save this. Okay. Alrighty, so after you have downloaded both the interior and the cover file for your journal from BookBoat, what we're going to do is just come over into Amazon KDP, and what we're going to do is select paperback. Okay, so this is going to take us over to the paperback section, and then this is where you're going to start putting in your title. So I'm just have a basic title here, a daily journal for teen girls. And then this is where you would come in to put your author name. So I'm gonna just do Kim, last name is George. And then this is where you're going to type in your description. So I'm just going to put in this description here, which of course you want your description to be more, to be longer, things like that. You're definitely going to do, I own the copyright and hold the necessary publishing rights, for the book that you're publishing. And then this is where you would come in to put in your keywords. And so here is where you would choose your categories. And so what I'm going to do is just do nonfiction. And actually what I could do is I could do juvenile fiction, juvenile nonfiction, and then I can just do something like crafts and hobbies. I'll put that there, or I can do girls and women. So I'll do that, girls and women, and then I will come over into the literary collection section, and then I'm going to do diaries and journals. So I think that works pretty good. So I'm going to click to save, okay? And then we're going to do, does this contain, anything inappropriate for children under 18? No. So we're going to do save and continue. Okay, so this is where we're going to start. I'm going to assign an ISBN, which, of course, I'm not going to fully publish this, but I just want to show you the process. Okay, and then we're going to leave everything 6x9. So that's default. I'm definitely going to select bleed, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a glossy for the cover. And then this is where you upload the journal manuscript. So I'm going to go ahead and click upload manuscript. And then I'm going to go to downloads. Actually, it's on the desktop. And I think that this is it here. So this is it. So journal 6x9, 100 pages. So we're going to let that upload. Okay, now after the interior finishes uploading, then what you're going to do is come down under cover creator, under book cover. We're going to click to upload a cover that you've already created. Select upload your cover file, and then I'm going to find the cover file, which is here, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and click open to upload the cover file, and then I will let that finish, and then we will see how the journal turns out. Okay, so both the interior for the journal and the cover files have been uploaded. So now what we're going to do is click launch previewer to see what the book is going to, or the journal is going to look like. Now sometimes this could take a little bit long, but you just want to wait and just make sure that everything is okay and that you don't have any errors in the upload process. Okay, so this is what the actual finished product looks like. I think this looks really cute. I actually would go in though, and I probably would darken this color here and maybe change that to a purple and then make this text white just to make it have a little bit more contrast as far as the design goes. But this is a cute journal actually, I think. So you can imagine if you were to go to Creative Fabrica or the Free Pick and maybe, created journals with like coffee cups or little animals and cute little watercolor creatures and things like that. That can be something really, really cute that you could sell. So this is what the interior looks like for the journal. Okay, and it's just a plain journal interior. But in a matter of minutes, guys, we've, created this journal or this no content book using BookBolt. So I just wanted to take you through that process. So, but guys, this is pretty much sums up this video on BookBolt and how you can use it to easily crank out, really cute, low and no content books. And so I'd love for you to let me know what you think about the tool. Have you used it before? Are you planning to use it? So just let me know what you think. So again, thank you so much for tuning in and for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And again, thanks so much. Stay safe out there, guys. Bye.